Hello pool players, welcome or welcome back again to another video from the Apex Predator Billiards Training Club. My name is Apex Elenio, your aspiring professional pool player and pool instructor straight out of the small island of Jamaica. And you would have noted that in my introduction, I did not say that this is a video tutorial because it isn't. It is in fact a video of a particular rack that I found myself in. And it just brought me back to time where I really, kind of put in a lot of work in my game to get it to the level where it's at. Now, I am not a professional player. I just aspire to become one. Of course, I've been putting in a lot of work over the past 10 years on my game, but I've finally gotten to the level of maturity where I can really start sharing my knowledge with you, my audience. And I also want to take the time out here to thank you all for being a part of the family for the past 3 years. It has been a journey, and I want to thank you all so very much for staying tuned each and every episode. So of course, if this is the first time you're on the channel, do not forget to hit the like button below, click the subscribe button below, join the family. Do not forget to share this out to your pool community, and of course, let's continue to practice with precision, accuracy, consistency and control. Now, this particular rack here, I'm going to be sharing bits and pieces of my story of how I got here, and I really wanted to choose a video, a particular rack where everything did not go right, because of course a lot of persons, when they're practicing, they tend to become very emotional about practice, and they tend to lose the essence of why we practice here. Now, starting off with that powerful break shot there, beautiful hit onto the cue ball there. I believe it had a lot of side spin though, and that's the one thing that made me a little bit upset with this break. You can see the expression on my face. I'm a little bit disappointed in that break off there. No ball was pocketed on the break, and of course I am playing with my ghost. Now, I have a different rule for how I play the ghost. I play the ghost based on just my ability to really execute my intent. Of course, I'm going to be working on several factors of the game here, and that is important to how it is that I go about this rack. Now, it was just a regular Sunday evening. Walked into the pool arena, and I did in fact found the table all empty by itself, and I decided to run a few racks for you here. Now, starting off with that opening shot there on the one, nice cue ball control, definitely hitting the exact zone where I intended. But notice the expression on my face here. I am definitely not just, the whole aim is to of course try to run the rack, but I want to also experiment as well. Now, you'll notice that I removed the shot clock that I usually use in my videos, because this is more than just about me running the rack. I want to be able to make a plan, visualize the plan and execute the plan during my training. This is of course the time where I get a chance to spend with myself to really understand not just the game, but understand my game and really start to dialing down here. Now, I have a tricky little pot here on the 2 to play position onto the 3, and now I have to be jacking up here. So now the aim here is to use the tangent line, and I want to float with a subtle speed in between the 6 and 8, but I want to take my time and kind of stroke this cue ball here. Now, it was a little bit heavy on the speed there. I actually wanted to go 3 cushions possibly, but I got a friendly bump into that 6, which now gives me a shot somewhat on the 3 ball. Now, kind of looking down to see if I can pop the 3, because generally, guys, in my practice sessions, I do not like to play combinations. Of course, the aim here is to try to go through the rack with a fine teeth comb, but here I decided to go for the 3-9, because of course if I pot the 9, I'm going to respot the 9 and I'm going to continue, because my objective is not necessarily to win the rack, but it's to learn all that I can from the rack about my game here. So I did decide to go for the 3-9, and of course, because I wasn't completely committed to the shot, I missed that combo. Now, I did fortuitously land here in a position, which means then if I was playing with my opponent would have had to come to the table to face this particular position. So now I've overturned my chance here, and I'm now pretending as if I'm my opponent here. Now, what would you do in this situation? You'll see I'm examining the table here, and I'm looking at potential chances that I have. I'm looking at jacking up, spinning off, trying to do a few things here. Now we can see that I visualize a part here, and I'm trying to edge the 3 ball here just to go down table, maybe holding it behind the 9 here. But I in fact, decided just in the last stroke there that I'm just gonna try to tuck that 3 ball up underneath that 9, and it worked out really nice, because I knew that I was so close to the 3 that I didn't have enough space to spin it with the speed needed to bring it down table. So pretty good shot there. It was definitely intentional, and it worked out in such a way that my opponent here is not able to see the 3 ball at all. So obviously here you can see that I'm looking at massing the shot here. Definitely a tough position to be in, and my opponent, I categorize my opponent the best version of myself, where pretty much once we get a chance we don't mess up. But this is a part of the training process here. In order for me to touch this 3, I'm going to do a half masse here, just spin around the 6. Woo, missing that shot there on that masse, catching the 9 just before the 3, and now pretty much selling out. Now I definitely started to just get a little bit loose here. This is one of the things that I have to be working on as well, and it's my discipline. Sometimes I do get a little bit emotional with what I'm practicing. Sometimes I lose sight of the fact that each rack, each mistake will teach you a lesson. And of course I got a little bit loose, started to do a little bit of theatrics on the table, and of course it didn't really work out in my favor here. There's an example there where that was absolutely unnecessary. You're not able to hear the audio in the background, but I was in fact upset with myself at that shot, because I could have just played a more simpler route to get onto the 5. But here, trying to recover, staying focused here. That's a nice shot there. I got a little bit lucky, guys, but the intent was, 1, to potentially kick the 4 into the corner, holding position for the 5. And if I did miss that kick, well, in fact, if I did miss the kick, to pot the ball by the kick, it would have gone onto the short rail. Fortuitously for me here, it landed tucked up behind the 9 for a return fortuitous safety here. Now again, going for that 2-rail kick, you would have seen several videos on my channel where we spoke about how to execute these shots. And again there, just definitely hitting that ball way too thick there. Wanted a little bit more side spin or a little bit more diamond adjustment on the rail, so I sold out here. Now it's a little bit difficult for me to get from the 4 to the 5, so coming back to the table here, I'm looking at setting up a defensive shot here and just floating that 4, getting it out into a potable position where I have a lot more room where I can stroke and play position, and at the same time tucking up the cue ball behind the 5. Definitely worked out really good there. Now my opponent has to kick and try to make contact with the 4. All right, nice kick there. Didn't really sell out. You'll see that I come around to have a look. All right, so doesn't seem as if I have the 4 to pot straight down, because it would have relatively been an easy run out here. So now I'm going to be trying to play yet again another safety. This time I'm trying to edge off the 4, and I'm trying to use that 1-5 ball to try to hook my opponent. If I can just get that cue ball behind that 5 just slightly here, I should get back to the table in good standings here. Really nice cue ball control. A little bit heavy on the speed, definitely heavy on the speed there, and once again sold out. All right, so you can see, guys, that I'm definitely working on trying to execute my knowledge here. Nice, really nice safety there. Well, really nice attempted safety there on the 4 ball, and definitely wanted to tuck that up on the short rail. But now I've left my opponent here with a bank, and you'll notice that I started to move a hair faster, because for me at this point in this training session here, that was a nice attempt there. Really nice. If I remember correctly, this was the second rack that I had run when I walked into the pool arena here. Let's have a look at this kick escape here. That barely glimmers the 4 ball. Let's have a look at the replay here. Let's see if you can get a close-up. Did I contact the 4? Oh yes, I did. Fortunately there, made contact with the 4, and once again the luck starts to roll. I'm getting the rolls in this rock, guys. Definitely getting the rolls. Now, the reason why I started off with a rock that really doesn't have a lot of substance, maybe you're thinking that I'm getting lucky, maybe you're thinking that I'm not a very good pool player, you know, you could be thinking anything right now, guys. But for me here, what was most important, and as I take a replay look here at this kick here, I went a hair long, so definitely needed a little bit more draw to close or straighten down the angle of the first rail there. But considering that I played the first shot a bit with too much speed and it went and it started to hop, then I decided to tone down on the speed, which I actually needed a bit more. Missing that kick, you know, notice I start to move a little bit faster now, trying to get a little bit loose here with the cue ball, coming around 3 cushions. Really nice. So a lot of good things came from this rock, guys, and it's not always going to be the case where when I come here and I post a video or I post a rock analysis, it's going to be something always great. There's going to be good rocks, there's going to be bad rocks, it's going to be rocks where I pretty much am playing just very loosely here. And again, you know, considering that I've already messed up the rock, I'm kind of just free stroking at the moment. So guys, in the upcoming videos, you're going to be seeing more from this particular training session here, and I'm going to be sharing bits and bits of my story, guys, because getting to this level where I can actually just, you know, I've been coming from so far, guys, when it comes to this game, because the type of game that is being played here in my country, we have competitive games being played, but this sport has been stigmatized in my country, and so many persons are very aware of how beautiful this game is here. But as you can see, you know, I'm just walking you through one of my field experiments to actually run a rock, and I wanted to start off this story of my life series with a failed rock. I want you guys to understand that when you're training is not easy, practicing is not easy, but you have to remain objective and you have to learn from your own mistakes here. So as I'm taking you through to the end of this rock, just playing this really nice 3-rail position here, really beautiful shot there, landing dead perfect here on the 9. I wanted to take the time out here to thank you guys. In fact, I have a thank you video coming up where I'm going to be talking to you guys about how I got to 5,000 subscribers. So until next time, guys, stay tuned. I'll see you in the next video. Keep on practice with precision, accuracy, consistency, and control. Take care. I'll see you in part 2.